That makes Rodolfo in his second term with Tower of Power. I say that because he was with us from 2000 to 2009. And then get this, he went back in the Navy. We didn't get it at the time. But he had already done 10 years, and they invited him back to play lead trumpet in the band and finish his next 10 years and get a full pension, which he did. And they sent him to the Royal Academy of Music in London, where he got a degree in music. And they also sent him to drug counseling school. By the time he did that, we didn't need it. But, just in case. Ladies and gentlemen, on brass, Iron Mike Bogart. I do this next shtick most every night, but I don't care if you've seen it before or not, because I enjoy doing it. Everybody say, big love. Big love. Really loud all together. Big love! Big love! We call this guy Big Love. Let me show you why. Get a cigarette after that. He gives the best hugs in rock and roll today. A lead tenor saxophone, Tommy Big Love Pulitzer. Right next to Tom, over there under the hat. That's my best friend for 54 years. We were thinking about all the events on this tour. We were backstage in our dressing room, he and I. He looks at me, he goes, we've been through a lot, haven't we? I met him in 1968. I was 17 years old. I had a tight little soul band called the Motowns. And after our show, he came up to me, he said, you got a nice band. I said, thank you very much. And he goes, only one thing wrong. I go, yeah, what's that? He says, your horn section, it needs a little bottom. He took a step back and said, by the way, I play the baritone saxophone. I invited him over to my house in Fremont, California, where I live with my parents, and we rehearsed the band every day. He came in through the window with his baritone saxophone. All the guys said, what's this? I said, oh, I forgot. This guy's a quirky kind of guy, and he plays the baritone. I asked him what song he knew from our set list. He said, I can play Cold Sweat by James Brown. We hit that song, and he played his first low scoop. Play one of those low scoops. Everybody in the band's eyes got really big. My father walked into the garage. He looked at me and says, Mimi, come in the kitchen. I need to talk to you. I thought I was in trouble. I go in there and he says, hire this guy, he's got something. I think my dad was right, don't you? He is the personality of the horn section, the main songwriter in the band, and my best friend for 54 years. On the baritone saxophone, Stephen McKenzie Kupka, the Funky Doctor. All right, what do you think about the new guy? Before we go any further, it's his birthday, so come on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear new guy. Happy birthday to you. I think he's like 16 years old, something like that. I forgot to mention, he also plays trumpet. He's single. Give it up on lead vocals, Mike Jarrell.
All right, my ladies and gentlemen, I need everybody to we have been together. Your love and understanding is what I'm supposed to away. I must admit, girl, I haven't always been good, but you stood by me just like you said you would.
Tell me what you want. I love you too, man. Stop shouting out my name, you're distracting us. Oh, he's gonna continue. Okay. Anyway, where was I? A lot of you know, we did this big concert back in 2018, celebrating 50 years together at the Fox Theater in Oakland, California. It was a big night for us. We augmented the band. We had a 7-piece horn section that night. We had an extra tenor player, Lenny Pickett, and an extra trombone player, Ray Green. We also had an extra B3 player, Chester Thompson on the B3. We had Bruce Conti play some guitar, and Francis Rocco Prestia on the bass. We had 2 extra background vocalists, and get this, 10 strings. It was glorious. And we filmed the whole thing in HD. It's a DVD right now. You can pick one out tonight, or you know what to do. Amazon, baby. But before I go any further, I lost track of what I was going to say. I wanted to point out to you, usually right over here, we have a big keyboard set up. And Roger Smith, our keyboard player, is usually over there burning down the house. But he got COVID. We were in New York City, and he and our house mixer, Jerry Emanuel, both were tested positive. So we've been playing without him for the last few nights. I hope it's okay. So we hope you'll keep him in your prayers, and Jerry and Mark VW and Dave on drums. They're definitely holding down the house real well. Now back when we were preparing for that gig, everybody kept telling us, you must do this song. You have to do that song. Written and arranged by Chester Thompson. And tonight, probably one of the few times you'll ever hear it without an organ. And the title of the song is Squid Kites! Come on, doctor! What